What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Bro, what is going on in this beef? I'm here on a Saturday, and those of you who have been on this channel know I don't like to work on the weekend. That's my time to be with my family. This week's already been a little bit weird, just with all sorts of like real life stuff that has kept me away from the studio, but I'm here, okay? Now, just a couple things to address. My beard's gone. My wife wanted to help me trim my beard and accidentally basically cut off the whole thing. So I'm in the process right now trying to grow it back. I can't be mad at her. You guys are about to hear an exclusive. I was actually going to do a post this week, so anyone who doesn't see this video won't know, but my wife's pregnant. We're really excited. So I can't get mad at her, right, for doing this? Whatever. It's all good. Secondly, okay, I want to say thank you to everyone that commented on Euphoria, especially those of you trying to give me the black perspective on those particular bars where we were talking about race. I think it's important because I'm not black. It's going to be hard for me to always connect with certain aspects. So I really do appreciate you guys opening up and showing me your perspective and your point of view. And I think that there's more of that needed in the world where we can have differing opinions, communicate with each other, and still like coexist, versus be like, you're saying something that I don't agree with, I'm out of here. I don't really agree with that, right? So I really appreciate you guys. I just wanted to get that out of the way. 616 in LA. Apparently this is already a bar. Apparently this dropped at 6:16 a.m. West Coast time. So that's the title of the track, is the time that it dropped. We know Drake has his timestamp and city song series. My favorite, or my most known one, is 5 a.m. in Toronto. That beat is fire too. So that's a bar. And then apparently there's all these other ones, which I'll just quickly go through. O.J. Simpson's murder case, Euphoria, start date, Tupac's birthday, Father's Day in US and Canada. That's crazy. And then some people were trying to say Bible verses, but I'm just going to say from my point of view, that's a bit of a reach because there's so many 616 Bible verses. So without like a specification on which book, I think that part's a little bit of a reach because we're going to have a variety of things that could mean. But the rest of it, damn, this dude has me spending 2 minutes talking about the track before I even play the track. Kendrick's different. Now, let's just be clear, guys. Kendrick is winning already at this point before I hear this. And from my understanding, there's been 2 more tracks dropped after this, which I'm going to listen to right after. But right now, from Euphoria, I had Kendrick up. We're going to see what this does. Drake's going to have a big hole to come back out of. So, let's see.
Yeah. There's survival. I think somebody lying, smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
Okay, first of all, this is something I have to say right now. Kendrick's beat selection is super unconventional for like a diss battle, like a rap beef. But I think that's also kind of what makes it interesting. Like, he's not succumbing to the norms of like, we're in a battle, let me pick a super battle hardened beat. Because I didn't think Euphoria had, I know Euphoria had 3 different beats. I only thought one of them was like super hard. Obviously the first one was like not at all. And then I can't remember if it was the second or third one. But even this already sounds like it's not like a conventional rap beef type beat. But this man came on singing Survival. I think he's saying like, you know, Drizzy's fighting for his life right now. I think that's what that says. And it smells like somebody's lying, I don't see no fire. So he's saying Drake doesn't really have what Drake's claiming to have. Already, we're not even into bars yet.
Smell somebody lying, I don't see no fire.
Damn, this is
White Sun Seeker had the marina. Fuck a.
Is he gonna diss him on an R&B track? Okay, sir.
Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure.
Now, what's interesting right away, I'm curious if this is going to be like, Drake dropped his 2 tracks, like Tailor Made, and like one of them was considered to be more of like a bait track, like to really poke at him and make him feel like he needs to reply. I wonder if that's the angle that Kendrick's going to take here. But basically we have Off-White Sunseeker at the marina. Right away, I'm feeling the race bars, right? Off-White Sunseeker. So like, Drake being mixed, he's not going to be pure white. He's going to be off-white, which is typically a little bit darker than white. Sunseeker at the marina, like, sunbathe at the marina.
White Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure.
I wonder if that's a big 3 thing again. Money, morals, and culture. I'm not sure. That might be a big 3 thing.
That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, I show up in Ibiza. Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who can reach us on...
Hold up, guys. I'm sorry, but this is terrible. I can't do this one. We're just going to do this without the lyrics, because those wrong lyrics are really messing me up. Let's go. I'll pull it forward a bit.
I think somebody lying. Smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
This is...
Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, I show up in Ibiza.
Bro, and like all of that stuff he did was like, when he says my leisure, he's like, I think he's trying to say like he does this like calmly, like just as like his recreational activity. And he's kind of like relating it to like vacationing and like, he's talking about being in Ibiza, passport tatted. That's all the stamps you get in your passport. So that almost also feels like a reply to when Drake said that these other artists can't get booked internationally. It's only Drake.
Luke Cali's dwellings in culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, I show up in Ibiza. Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who can reach us? Only God can teleport this type of freedom. God, my confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when not far short. Raise my hands to a falling sky. I fantasize me jumping planets and more.
Okay, first of all, the delivery, I'm mixed feelings about. Sometimes when Kendrick goes into this bag where he's doing some of these different voices, sometimes I absolutely love it. Like, I think it's absolute fire. Sometimes for me, I find that it's a little bit of a miss, and the delivery on that was a little mixed for me. I'm not sure if I all the way like it, but what he said, God, my confession is yours. Who am I if I don't go to war? Is that what he said?
Put this type of freedom, God. My confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war?
Bro, that's hard. That is hard. He's already asking for forgiveness for what he's about to do, yo.
There's
and what he's already
opportunity
done.
when living with loss.
Okay.
I discover myself when not far short. Raise my hands to a falling sky. I fantasize me jumping planets, immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me.
That was, I think, a religious scheme too. Raise my hands to a fallen sky. The 3 angels, I mean, I think that's a biblical reference. I think it's like Gabriel and like Michael and one more, which I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's a biblical reference. But him saying that, he puts his kids to sleep and closes his eyes at peace. I mean, I think this is, again, shots right back to like him being an involved father and knowing like because he's at home with his kids that they're safe and secure and that gives him peace. He's just continuing to take shots on the dad angle with like Drake being like a deadbeat or like not present father.
spine. Three
Aye.
angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me. I come from love, Estelle. Cover my heart, then open me up. Remember when picked up a pen, lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul, staring in the mirror, asking where I was from often. I know this type of power is gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of rough.
Ooh, what did he just say? Okay, we got to pause here and think about this. Listen, I'm not going to be one of those people that just gets bought over by you using fancy terminology. It's got to make sense. So let's pull this back. Hold up. Just a little bit. Here we go.
Trust, timid soul, staring in the mirror, asking where I was from often. I know this type of power is gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael.
I know this type of power is gonna cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of shooting stars. So circadian rhythm is your natural like day and night like cycle of like being awake and asleep, of shooting stars. So I think like, I'm trying to think like a famous. The only one I really know off the top of my head is like Halley's Comet, and is only going to show up like every, I don't know, what is it, 25, 50 years, something like that. If you know how many years, comment down below. But I wonder if that's him kind of acknowledging that he doesn't drop super frequently. But when he does, it is a spectacle to behold. Like everybody's going to try to, be somewhere to be able to see that, because it's going to be super special. If that's what he did right there, that's hard. Yo. Okay, sir.
It's gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, like an hero, they give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying.
Is Raphael one of the angels too? Because I know he's talking about the artist, but he said I can heal and give you art. So that could be right back to those three angels he was talking about, and now connecting it with the artist. Yo, this dude is way too technical. In a good way. Like, this is what I like doing.
He only give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points will.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. First of all, he said the industry's cook. I picked the carcass apart. Carcass is like a dead body. Like you don't say carcass for something that's alive. So he's saying Drake's already dead. But he's like, I'm gonna keep picking it apart. I think he said something about act, and he said compromise. Listen, this is not new information. Anybody who knows anything, anyone who's even slightly plugged into hip hop, knows that DJ Academics is D1. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to Drake. So, yeah, that's not new information, but I agree with you.
Give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest. Harassing ant. Fucking with good people make good people go to bed. Conspiracies about cash, dog. That's not even the leak. Find the Jews like cash, dog. I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. I mean, I see he's like standing up for his team, that like he said, you're harassing and you mess with good people, you make good people go to bat. So he's basically saying like, stop messing with the good people around me. Or it's going to come back at you. But he's continuing in Euphoria. I think he had some bars where he did like a have you ever scheme. He's continuing that. He said, are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? So he's continuing it from Euphoria. That's fire, man. To link it back to your previous diss, that's really good. And then he said, have you ever thought OVO is working for me? Right? So this is a thing, man. This is a thing that keeps getting brought up, that apparently OVO has leaks. Whether it's songs, whether it's insider information about Drake, about his family, like... This is a thing that's been a theme for a while, and it keeps getting brought up.
Play have you ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't Tootsie slide up out of this one, it's just gonna resurface.
Tootsie slide, what was it? Left foot up, right foot slide. I don't know what the lyrics are, but you know which one.
Every dog gotta have his day. Now live in your purpose. It was fun until you...
every dog gotta have his day, live in your purpose, because he said for all the dogs, but we know what that sentence means for a dog. He's saying your time's up, bro. Yo, he's saying that not only you have leaks in your team, but like the people, you must be a terrible person because the people around you are like wanting you to fail. Oh my God.
When it's just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now live in your purpose. It was fun until you start to put money in the streets. Then lost money cause they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. The Elohim KTW. No, you can't.
Ooh, hold up, sir. 1 minute. He said you put money in the streets and you lost it. They didn't come back with receipts. So this might be like a jab at like the whole mob ties thing and Drake trying to, obviously talk about some of the street connections and stuff. And basically Kendrick saying because you're not really from it, when you try to get involved in street stuff, people basically like robbed you. And, he's like, you paid money to make stuff happen, but they came back with no receipts. So he's saying like it didn't really pan out the way that you thought because at the end of the day, the streets are not going to accept you. They don't see you as one of them. But he just said, I live a boring life. I love peace. But war ready.
Money cause they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. The Elohim.
The Elohim, isn't that have something to do with, this might be another like religious reference. I don't know if that has something to do with God but it's something. So right away, that's got my attention. I'm going to have to, how when a person is nice? When after you listen to them, you have to like go look stuff up. That's how I felt about one of my favorite artists of all time, Lupe. I would listen to him and I'd have to go look stuff up. I'm like, man, this dude makes me feel stupid. Okay, he said war ready if they want to see blood.
In life, I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. The Elohim KTW. No, you can't sleep. These images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but let me tell you some game, cause I.
Whoa. So he's continuing on that leaks thing. Now he's getting pretty specific, man. I feel like if he's getting this specific and it's not true, I'm going to be disappointed. Because this is very like detailed. He's talking about he's saying you got all these people on your salary, but they want you as a casualty. And then he's basically saying the person right next to you is the main guy. And the other 2 people who are tied to your lifestyle, like these are the people that are betraying you. Ooh, damn. So if it's true, you get extra points. If it's not true, and this is like a psychological, tactical move, it doesn't hit as hard in my opinion, but it'll work in the sense that if it gets Drake thinking, like, damn, are there really people that are in my team like betraying me and like think this? Then it's effective, right? Damn.
20 of them want you as a casualty, and one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but let me tell you some game, cause I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty with propaganda, hit blow up on you. You're playing nerdy with Zach Bia and Twitter bots, but your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi. Your little means is losing steam, they figured you out. The first opinions is not convincing, y'all need a new route. It's time that you look around on who's around you before you figure that you're not alone. Ask what Mike would do.
Damn. Why does that sound like a bar? You're not alone. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think if there's a song like You're Not Alone like Mike, but what that makes me think of, just let this play out. I think that's it. It's just gonna, but you know what, just in case he says some crazy shit at the end, let me just go ahead and press play again. You never know with the way these guys are doing stuff. No, I think that's it. So if there isn't a song, I'm pretty sure there isn't, because I feel like I know like most of Michael Jackson's songs. I'm a fan. If it isn't, this is what I see that line. He says, before you figure out that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. That's interesting because, you know, when I think of Mike and you think about the entire scheme that he just went through, where he's, you know, shaking the ground upon which like OVO and the team stand on, and basically planting this seed of mistrust, distrust, whatever. You think about Mike and his progression, Michael Jackson, and like how as time went on, his circle got like smaller and smaller, and there's fewer and fewer people around him. But notice that the person that ultimately led to Michael's demise was a person that was like very close to him, right? His doctor basically overdosed him. That's a very interesting angle. If that's the angle that he went with, then that entire setup for that Michael, like, it's time that you look around on who's around you. That punch at the end with the whole setup, yo. I'll tell you the truth though. Like I said, he was winning after Euphoria. To me, this like wasn't necessary because of the score. So the fact that he did this, like, here's the deal. In my opinion, before this, it's like Kendrick is here and Drake was here, okay? And anybody who's like saying it's a landslide, don't get caught up in like the hibbity hibbity jiggity jiggity. Like, Kendrick is by far the better technical rapper, okay? But this is a beef. This is not a let's showcase our technical skills and see who is better at being technical. That's not really what this is about. When you're talking about beef, that is an aspect of it because that's the package that it comes in, so it can give it bigger impact. But ultimately, it's about what you're saying, right? So for me, it was like this. But after this track, I think it's more like this. Drake's got some climbing to do, okay? Now I know that there's 2 tracks. I'm about to go check those out right now. Drake dropped, and then apparently Kendrick dropped right back. I'm never going home. I'm never going home. If y'all are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.